back to that meeting again. But you did. You kind of faced your fear. You went back to the meeting, and then how did everything turn out?
Well, it went really well. We ended up becoming closer, and I think I was overreacting a little bit. I think sometimes that's what fears are, is you overreacting a little bit, but that's just how people are, is when you have a fear and you tend to blow it more out of proportion, and it seems like something bigger than it actually is. And yeah, I got her number too, so we can text now because we're both coordinators for that meeting, so we can
I think that's excellent.
Yeah.
Yep. You overcame the fear, and look at something really, really positive came out of it.
Yeah.
So let's talk about fears that are kind of fun. Like when I was younger, I used to have a fear of roller coasters. Now I love roller coasters. So I was able to overcome that fear.
Yeah.
What about you? I mean, you had some fears that you've overcome and have had a good time with.
Yeah. I've never had a fear of roller coasters. I've never actually been on any, but so I haven't experienced enough actual roller coasters to be afraid of them.
Oh, that's right. We talked about, you did go on one this summer.
Yeah.
Your first one.
Yeah.
And you were more irritated with having to wait in line.
Yeah. It wasn't worth the wait.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
What about fun ones like movies, like scary movies?
Oh, yeah. For some reason, I don't want to watch horror movies, but for some reason I've been really into wanting to watch the movie It, the one that just recently came out. Maybe it's because I like a certain actor in it. I think that's basically why I wanted to watch it. And
that may have been my fault, because when you were younger, I don't know how old you were, we were watching a movie together that was, I don't remember, Snoop Dogg produced and wrote it, I believe, and he actually starred in it. Bones, that's what it was, yeah. And I really liked that movie, and I invited you to sit down and enjoy it with me, but you did not like that at all. It was a very scary movie.
I started watching it, and then I left when there was maggots in the fruit punch or something like. I don't know. It was weird.
It was more of a creepy
movie. And then
I've
had a fear of maggots ever since, which also started my fear of acorns for a while.
Yeah, that I never understood.
I can tell you that story. So, we went hiking one day, and I saw all these acorns on the ground, and at the time I really liked them. I thought they were so cute, so I brought a whole bunch home in a bag, and I left the bag out on the front porch because I didn't want to bring it inside. And when I went outside a couple days later and checked on them, the bag was open and there are these maggots crawling all around them.
Ooh,
and I was like, so then I was afraid of I was afraid of acorns for the longest time because I had thought that there were maggots in all of them.
Infested with maggots.
Yeah.
Huh?
But I'm over that now.
So now one of the movies that you really want... Oh, actually, we saw 1408, which was a Stephen King movie, a Stephen King book that they turned into a movie.
That was starring John Cusack. That was the only reason I want to watch that, too. So,
yeah.
But
yeah, he was good in that. And now you really want to see the movie It.
Yeah.
And you wanted to see it so badly that we actually are making plans to do that over the Christmas break.
Yeah. And I think it is because it started because I just wanted to see that one actor in it because he's going to be in another movie later that I want to see that hasn't come out yet. So I want to see him in that movie because that's the only other thing he's been in.
And what's the actor?
Jack Dylan Grazer.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, he's he looks younger in that, but yeah, but now I do actually kind of want to see it and I think one of the things that helps getting over the fear is I usually don't allow anyone to speak during a movie that we're watching or a TV show that we're watching, but I think actually talking
adamantly opposes it.
Yeah, but I think if we talk during this,
she will pause the movie and say, "Shh, stop talking."
I'm white patient, are you done? No. But I think talking during this one would be kind of helpful to get over that fear of watching the movie because there was one day I had turned on the TV. You guys weren't home yet. It was after school or something. And what was that movie with the doll, Chucky?
Oh, Chucky? Yeah, or the Child's Play.
Yeah, that was on, and there was not even 20 minutes left of it. So I was like, what the heck? And I was commentating the whole thing. So it wasn't as scary when I was watching it. And it was also very poor graphics too. So it wasn't very scary. But I enjoyed watching it because it wasn't. I had commentated through the whole thing, so I think that's what we're gonna have to do when we watch it over winter break. We're gonna have to like talk during it.
And we're watching the new version, right? Not the
yes,
original?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I had wanted to watch both, but I think I just want to watch the first one.
It's another Stephen King movie.
Yeah,
he is so good.
And I think it's funny. I looked up the guy. I wanted to know who played that the clown in it. And he's like, he's got this strange name. I think that's the only thing he's actually in, like, or actually famous for. But he's really cute. Like, he is a good-looking actor, so I'm probably just gonna imagine that. Like, look at his picture before we start watching, and then imagine that instead of the clown while I'm watching it.
Well, there you go.
And be like, oh, he's cute!
So that's how you're gonna deal with that fear.
Yeah. It's just play the clown as a cute person.
So do you think that you can keep in mind the fact that it's a movie and that it isn't reality while you're watching it?
Yeah, I think so, because I don't believe in those kind of things in real life, like ghosts or anything like that. I mean, people see these, like, pictures of ghosts, and I'm like, man, bull pookies.
Okay.
So I don't believe in those kind of things. I used to have a really big fear of, like, monsters in my room. I remember that. There would be times when there was one period of time where I had so many stuffed animals, and I would put them all around, like, on my bed just to prevent the monsters from getting in. Yep. And I always asked, like, my dad or something to close my closet so that
so nothing could get out.
Yeah, but now I don't have that fear anymore.
So I think some fears you grow out of.
Yeah, it was just over time I got over it. I don't know, it kind of just went away when there was one time when we had rearranged our room, and so our beds were going a different way. So, and then that was when I realized that I wasn't afraid of them anymore.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Back to the movie. Yeah, I think...
Did you lose your train of thought?
Yes.
Derailed your train, huh?
Yeah. I think, just thinking that these things aren't actually real. I mean, clowns are real, but not ones that... like kill children or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what the story is because I've never read the book.
Yeah. I don't know.
Looking forward to figuring it out.
Yeah. So I'm really excited to watch it.
One of my favorite scary movies is The Exorcist, and
really?
It's because it's partially based in reality, because some of those events actually happened.
Yeah.
Not certainly to the extent that Hollywood has portrayed it, but it was based on an actual exorcism that was performed in St. Louis, I believe.
Isn't that like... I don't believe in those kind of things. Like, I think when people try to do those exorcisms or believe that someone is possessed, I think there's a reason for everything, and that's not necessarily the reason. So
okay.
There was...
I don't either. Never seen it myself.
Yeah.
What about some useful fears? What are some useful fears that people can have?
Oh. I think a useful fear you could have is fear of, like, disappointing your parents or your family, because then they'll prevent you from... like making bad decisions. So.
Do you have the fear of disappointing us?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That prevents me from doing like certain things.
But does it prevent you from taking chances? Because in order to discover new things, sometimes you have to take chances. And if you're afraid of...
I mean, I would be fine with doing anything as long as you guys are okay with it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't
want you to take chances on, like, doing drugs or...
No, I don't want to do that.
Like those aren't the kind of chances we want to take, but
no.
There's other kind of chances that sometimes you want to take.
Like what?
I don't know, jumping out of a plane or...
Oh, no, I don't.
I'd never be disappointed about that. I'd be fearful of it.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of heights. I'm afraid of falling off of heights. So.
Well, as they say, it's not the falling that hurts you; it's the sudden stop at the bottom.
Yeah, that's death.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know when I was little, I think I still have it now. I'm not sure. I haven't really been exposed to it as much, but I had a fear of balconies or like anything that had, like that fenced off edge, and then there was like a lower level or something.
Yeah.
I would be afraid of going near those and touching those balconies.
Yep.
And so that would prevent me from like going or touching the balcony. And
it's funny. I still have fears of heights. I am afraid of heights. And there are times when, especially when I was traveling a lot, I would get into a hotel room and I'd be on one of the upper floors and it'd be pretty high up there. And I'd go out on the balcony and look down and I would get this weird fear that would just wash over me, and I'd have to back up from the balcony, and and I know I'm perfectly safe, but my brain is going back up, get away, back up, get away.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to fall off the balcony even though I know I'm not going to, because it's like I just think it's going to break or something. I know I used to have, or when I went to middle school, I used to think that because there was two levels. That was my only school, or one of the only schools I've had that has 2 levels. It had you could actually see from down that level. I know the one at South, it doesn't have that, but the one at Lundahl, it has stairs, and you could actually, there's like a little balcony that is right by the stairs, and I would be afraid to walk in that area. Sometimes, even when I have that fear of the balconies, I also have a fear of the floor right by it. Like, I think the floor is just going to crumble underneath, and then I'm going to end up falling to the floor underneath.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really weird. But
And you have a 3-story school now, right? Isn't it three levels? Or is it 2 levels on one part and 2 levels that are lower on another part?
No, it's just 2 levels.
Is it just 2? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, I think fears are an important part of life. I think letting them dictate your life certainly can be a big problem. What do you think about when fears stop you from doing things? When they're things that I guess a lot of people would normally consider not fearful.
Yeah, like going back to the hanging out with my friends thing, I think that's something that definitely stops me from doing things that other people would seem like it's fun to do.
Yeah.
I got invited to a party that one of my friends is going to have coming up in the end of December, and I don't know if I want to go because I don't know if I will enjoy it or not. But for some reason, when I go to the school dances, I'm always so excited to go to those because they're so, I don't know why. I'm excited to go to the dances, but not to go to this party that they're just going to be a couple of friends and stuff. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get that either. And you're right. It's very limiting. It certainly will limit your social life and your ability to develop meaningful friendships with these people.
Yeah.
So you think you'll be able to get over it, or are you going to go, or are you still considering it?
Yeah, I think, me and my other friend were thinking about if we go together and then go to the party together, and then afterwards we can, because she wanted to watch this one sitcom with me, so we would watch that afterwards. So we might be planning on going together. So.
Well, that'd be good.
Yeah.
I hope you do it.
I think I would want to go if I actually had someone to talk to, and if we both end up going, then that'd be really nice.
Yeah.
So.
And they're your close friends, so I would think you'd have somebody to talk to anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, I think we covered fears quite a bit here.
Yeah.
I think, if anybody out there has fears that they want to share with us, feel free to contact us at dad@growingwithgirls.com, and I'll make sure that I share it with Emma, and we'll maybe discuss it on an upcoming episode.
Yeah. And if you have any questions or comments or feedback, make sure to contact us too.
Yep. Just email us at dad@growingwithgirls.com.
And that'll be said later in the podcast too. So.
That's right, in our closing.
Okay.
Thanks. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
If you like this podcast, please click the like button so more people can find our podcast. Don't forget to subscribe so you can get updates when the latest episode drops. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, you can email us at dad@growingwithgirls.com. And of course, more information can be found at our website, growingwithgirls.com. Speak at you next time.